Hey babes, welcome back to another video here on Sips, Lips, and Makeup Chicks. And if you don't know, my name is Jeannie. I would love to have you here with me and be part of my beauty YouTube family. Over here, I do a lot of BoxyCharm. I do get the PR box, and then I also am a paying customer. I buy the base box and the premium box every single month as well. This is my PR box, so I'll be doing my paid for boxes later in the month when I get them. But first and foremost, let me just say that my PR box is different than all of the other influencers that have already posted their boxes. So I got a different variation than them. So that is interesting. But first, if you are new here and you don't know, I do a lot of BoxyCharm, a lot of Ipsy, makeup hauls, makeup look, get ready with me's, all things like that, all things beauty. But I also do giveaways. And right now I have a giveaway that retails over $1,000 in high-end beauty and skincare products. So I do monthly giveaways and milestone giveaways. Now this giveaway that I have going on right now is actually supposed to end on Halloween, but I am waiting for a special shipment to open my next giveaway. So I decided to just go ahead and run it on for a couple more days. So you still have a few days to get your entry, and all you have to do is be subscribed here on the channel and then leave me a comment on the giveaway video, which I will have linked in the description box below so that you can easily find it. If you want to get your entry, then you are more than welcome to do that. But let's go ahead and talk about the BoxyCharm box. If you're not familiar with BoxyCharm, it's a monthly subscription box. Now this here is their base box option. It does cost $25 a month and you're able to customize one item in the box. Now they are full-size products. It could be skincare, beauty, tools, and then they also have their premium and their luxe version, but today we're talking about the base box. So every month, the boxes are themed, and for the month of November, we have invite only. We do get these cards, and on the card, we'll have the theme on one side for the month, and on the flip side, we're going to have all of the items in our variation, along with the retail price of everything, and a little bit of information about each one as well. So now, let me just say that with the PR boxes, we don't get to customize anything. We do get to let them know our skin tones and those kind of things, but we don't get to pick our product. But I will say that the choice item in this box is the same thing that I chose. So it is very possible that when my paid for base box comes, it might be the same exact box, which is a bummer for me, but good for you. Because if that is the case, then I will do a giveaway with my paid for box, and somebody will get an opportunity to win my paid for box if it's the same thing. And or even if there's just repeat items, then I can just do the giveaway with those items. But it's possible we might be doing a whole BoxyCharm base box for the month of November giveaway, and one of you will get to win that. So definitely keep your eye open for my paid for base box version later in the month, because it might be a giveaway video. So without further ado, let's talk about the choice item in this box. It is the Luxie Pour La Nouche brush set. It does retail for $40. Now, Luxie is a well-known brush manufacturer, and I absolutely adore their brushes. I came across them through BoxyCharm and Ipsy, and I have so many of them at this point. But to me, I go through brushes, so I do not mind getting them in my boxes. And to be honest with you, it was up against the Kate Somerville cleanser, which I love Kate Somerville. Now, I am 36 years old, so I am a little bit older, and I do love getting high-end skincare in my boxes. 9 times out of 10, if the options are a high-end skincare product and something else, I'm going with the skincare product. Now, if it would have been a moisturizer or something else from Kate Somerville, I would have went with that, just because that's a really nice skincare brand. But I have so many cleansers right now that like I literally have a whole cabinet full of cleansers that I need to get to. So why not go with the brushes? I know that these I will get use out of immediately. Luxie is a well-known brand. I know that I love them. And this one comes with 3. So it does come with a brush like this. Now, as you can see, they've been used because later in the video, we're going to do the try-on portion. We're going to try everything in the box out together. So stay tuned for that. But so I did get some use out of the brushes. I love these brushes right here. These flat kind of packer type brushes, but this is like the thin one. It's not like a packer brush. I love these for applying my eye primer and my shimmers to the lid. So I go through those. But anyhow, yeah, so a nice brush set from Luxie. Again, the 3 brushes retail for $40. So right there, we're paying $25 for the box. An amazing value right off the rip. So next, now I will admit this is not the most exciting thing to get inside of a subscription makeup and skincare, box. It is the Bodyography Pro Makeup Brush Cleaner. Now, this does actually retail for $19, which is kind of a hefty price for a brush cleaner. I typically use the Beauty Blender, but I'm always happy to have another one. Now, here's the thing with it. My lash is like flickering on the edge. It's driving me nuts. It's starting to lift a little bit. I guess I didn't glue it good enough. But anyhow, so here's the thing. It's not the most exciting thing to get in a subscription box, and I get it, but I do feel like it was a well thought out box because remember, we got the brushes. And, as even though it's not exciting, cleaning and taking care of your high-end brushes is important, for the longevity of the brush, especially if, they're expensive brushes and they're good quality, you want to take care of them. So although not the most exciting thing, still well thought out, in my opinion. So I'm not mad at it. And something that I will definitely get around to using. I will definitely try it out just as soon as my Beauty Blender is gone. I feel like I got maybe about that much left in there. So I'll definitely be using that. Let's see if it has a smell though. Because everything else in the box we used together, but this I didn't use. So, okay, so it smells like maybe a little bit citrusy or something like that, but nothing overwhelming, nothing profound. So, okay, moving on, the next thing in the box is by Skin Fix. Now, this is the Resurface AHA BHA Enzyme Exfoliating Pads. That is a mouthful. It is quite a big component here. This lash, you guys, is going to drive me crazy. I need to fix this. It's lifting in the corner. But anyhow, okay, we're just going to move on. Now, you guys, this retails for $50. That is twice the cost of the box in one product. So that is an amazing, impressive value for the base box. I feel like this would be something to come in the premium box, but I don't know, I'm definitely not mad about it. Now, I do love getting skincare products, like I just mentioned. So this is not something I've tried in the past. They are exfoliating pads. I do use them later in the video before we apply the makeup. So if you would like to see me use them, see what the inside looks like, and see what I think about them, then just stay tuned for the demo portion of the video. But again, that retails for $50. Now, next up, from Ace Beauté. Now, this is a brand that I have come to absolutely adore through BoxyCharm. I have not tried anything from this brand that I did not love, and this is no different. This, again, we use in the try-on portion. It is the Eyeshadow Amplifying Base, so it's an eyeshadow primer, and this is in the shade Light, so it does come in different shades to match your tone. This one was perfect for me, very brightening for the eye area, and a tiny little bit goes a long way. This does retail for $14.99. And like I said, we will use it in the next portion of the video, and it was perfect to use with the Violet Voss Sunset Palette. This is a gorgeous palette. Of course, my look right now is done with the palette, and we'll create it together in the next part of the video. But I will just go ahead and show you the colors. This, you see my grimy little paw prints from using it, but this is a color story that screams my name. This color right here and the shimmers, the mattes, everything about this palette is absolutely stunning. And today, I decided to kind of go neutral with it only because I do have to go to work. I may have really gotten into the purples and stuff like that if I was not working tonight. But that's another thing that I love about this palette is you're able to keep it neutral, or you're able to jump outside of neutral and have fun with color too. So this palette allows you to have it all. Now, I do have Violet Voss eyeshadow palettes in my collection, but I can't remember using them. I don't even know. They might be totally untouched. I know I got some out of Ipsy some months back in the summer, but I have so many eyeshadow palettes, I may have never even got around to using it. So it was kind of like a brand new formula for me, and I was definitely impressed. Not patchy at all. They layered on top of each other beautifully. The shimmers were absolutely stunning, and I have absolutely no complaints about this palette. It does retail for $37. So the retail value of the whole box altogether was $160.99 for $25. That is amazing to me. I love BoxyCharm. I can't get enough of BoxyCharm. Obviously, because I get the PR box, by the way, and then there's just this card that lets me know that I have to let you know that this is gifted to me by BoxyCharm, but I already did that. But yeah, so that's the box. But you guys, also, you're getting member sales. You're getting an amazing value. And honestly, of course, not every single thing in every single box is going to be your favorite. But looking at it as a whole, it is so worth it to me. I am a lifetime BoxyCharmer. And if you would like to sign up, I will leave a link in the description box. It's not a affiliate link. I don't get paid if you sign up. I think like if you sign up through my link, I might be able to get products or something like that, but it's not like I'm not making money off of it. Just a place where you could easily click on it and get your own BoxyCharm if you're interested. And so let's hang out with me for the next part of the video, and let's get into the products together. So hang on, and I'll be right back. It's coming right at you. Hey friends, and welcome to the try on portion of the video. I just want to preface again and say, if you hear my babies crying, I do apologize. I don't have a soundproof filming area or anything like that in my house. And my 1-year-old and 2-year-old are now awake and running around and yah-yahing and all of that. So I do apologize for that inconvenience, but let's go ahead and jump in. So first on the list to try is the Skin Fix Resurface AHA BHA Enzyme Exfoliating Pads, and that is a mouthful. So I wanted to go ahead and research this, and I did, and I could not find anywhere where it says it should be used at night and you can't apply makeup, you know, after you have used it or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and just give it a try. I did smell it, and it smells pretty strong. Yeah, it smells like, kind of like chemical, but we're going to give it a try. So these pads are really big in size. And one thing that I was a little surprised at is they're not as wet as I thought they would be. They're definitely wet, but yeah, anyhow, so the directions say to just gently swipe one pad over clean, dry skin, which, like I said, I just woke up and washed my face, so we have clean, dry skin. And then it says to start use with 1 to 3 times a week, and then increase to daily if well tolerated and desired. So just something to keep in mind. Now, when I'm doing this, I don't really feel anything out of the ordinary. It's got like a mild, not stinging where it hurts, but like a mild, maybe tingling feeling in certain areas, probably where my skin is dry. I do have very dry skin, and I mean the type of dry skin where I go to bed soaked with moisturizer, face oil, serums, and literally wake up dry as heck. So, I mean, I have dry skin, and I hope that this will not contribute to dryness. But anyhow, yeah, I don't see anything bad or necessarily amazing about this at the moment, but I am excited to, you know, with any skincare product, it's going to be with continued use that you see any type of result. So I have to keep using it to see. But in the meantime, yeah, I mean, it felt like an exfoliating pad. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep my face to use the rest of the items in the box, and I'll be right back. Okay, babes, well, let's rock and roll into the rest of the products in the box. Now, I do get asked sometimes what I'm wearing, so if you're interested in what I used on my face that is not in the box, I will have everything linked in the description box below for you to see. And let's go ahead and jump into the brushes, the Ace Beauté eyeshadow base, and the Violet Voss Sunset palette, and pop together a little eye look. Now, remind you, I do have to work today, so I'm going to keep it on the neutral side. But if you wanted to do, you know, some pops of color with this palette, you definitely could do that as well. Now, when it comes to the Ace Beauté eyeshadow base primer or eyeshadow amplifying base, it does come in different shades, and mine is in the shade light, like I mentioned. So in PR, we are not able to customize our boxes, but we are able to give our skin tones and that kind of thing. Now, I love eyeshadow primers, and just very recently have absolutely fallen in love with the brand Ace Beauté. So I am very excited to try this out. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit on the back of my hand. It says a little goes a long way with this. So we'll start with just a dash like that. And then I'm going to grab, let me see if one of these brushes would work for this. Actually, this looks like just the kind of brush that I would use for something like this. So we'll try this smaller flat brush from the Luxie set. And in fact, the one that I use for this is also a Luxie brush that has a flat tip like that. So I'm going to go ahead and pick some of the product up and just start applying it to the eye. Oh, I like that. See, I really, really like that in an eyeshadow primer when it's going to cover up the veins and discoloration. And then help your eyeshadow also look brighter, bolder, and last longer. I'm going to go ahead and take this primer from the inner corner, the lash line, and all the way up to below the brow. So pretty much the whole eye. And I'm actually going to just grab a little beauty blender and just press it in and make sure that it's evenly distributed on my eye. And I'm not rubbing, just pressing that product right in. And it'll give you like a nice even base there. And now for me, I always do set my primers, and this step really helps with color blending. It makes it easier. I'm going to go in with my Bella Pierre. This is the HD finishing powder, high definition and translucent. And I'm just going to grab like a fluffy brush like this. This is by Laura Geller, and I'm just going to pick up a touch of it and tap it on the pan and just press it right on top of the primer. And I always use pressing motions for this so that I don't wipe the primer away. Just set it down. My kitten is crying somewhere. I bet you one of my kids locked her in somewhere. She's in jail. Okay, so for the brush set, they are 3 nice brushes. I will get some use out of this in the look, but there's not really like a crease brush in the set. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some of my own. I'm actually going to go in and start with, this is a Luxie brush as well. And it's just like a domed blending brush. And I'm going to start with, let's start with this vanilla color right here and just get some color back down on the eye. So I'm going to pop this in like a transition shade. It's very skin toned and pretty much matches almost the color of my own skin, but we've got that white base on. So I'm going to pick up again. It's always better to start small and then go back in for more color when you need it. It'll make things blend a lot easier for you. So that's a really nice starting color. I do have, I think, 2 other Violet Voss eyeshadow palettes that I got from Ipsy, and I don't even know if I've even touched them. So this is a new formula for me. And so far it seems nice. Seems blendable and buildable. It doesn't seem patchy at all, which is a big deal for me. Now we're going to go in with Sunset. And I'm just going to add that kind of in as well. Layer this up a bit. I'm going to keep this color a little bit closer into the crease. Make sure I'm getting it into that lash line down there. And just blending it out. Give a nice little peach pop of color. Okay. We are going to deepen up the outer corner a bit. And I think I'm going to use, I don't want to go too dark with stuff. Like I said, I am going into work today. So I'm going to use the color Amber Sky, which is this brown color. I think I'm going to get a different brush. This is another domed brush, but this one is a little bit smaller in bristle size and a little bit more dense. This is by Farrah. I'm going to pick this Amber Sky color up and focus this on the outer edge just to give the look a little bit of dimension. I do want to say that these colors are layering beautifully on top of one another. They're not, doesn't look like they're like getting cakey or anything like that, which is, you know, something that I always look for when I'm testing quality in makeup, specifically eyeshadows, is how do they layer on top of each other? And these are looking beautiful, so no complaints there. Just building up that outer edge. And as you can see, they really, really sit nicely on top of one another. Really, really kind of happy with that. That's pretty. Very, very wearable. And God, I want to use this Violet Sunset so bad. It is such a pretty shimmer. It's purple with like a blue reflect, but because of going to work, I'm probably going to stick with the champagne and the peach. So I'm going to go ahead and use that brush from the set, that flat brush, and I'm going to pick up some of the champagne color, which is the darker of the golden shimmers, and I'm going to bring that onto the lid on the outer part. Normally I use my fingers for shimmers, but I wanted to just see how it would go on with a brush. Sometimes I like to just see. Got some excess product on there. I'm going to go in again and just pick up a little more and add to that. Keeping this kind of right where that darker color starts over there, and then just kind of in the center of the lid. And on the inner part, I'm going to go in with the peach shade, the peach shimmer shade. So I cleaned the brush and I'm picking up that shade called Peach. It's a light, also kind of like champagne toned shimmer color. And I'm going to bring that in the inner corner and blend it into the champagne. Yeah, so that is pretty. I really, really like the formula. This is definitely a palette that I will get a lot of use out of. It is a color story that totally screams my name. So I am really, really happy with it. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight under the brow bone and the inner corner with this color Vanilla right here, which is kind of like a light, the lightest kind of matte-ish shade in the palette. And I'm going to use the angled brush right here from the set in the box and just pop some under the brow bone right here. I feel like that does have a very slight sheen to it. It's almost like kind of matte, but not 100% matte, if that makes sense. And then I'm also going to bring it on the inner corner here. Yeah, totally happy with this palette. Very pretty neutral look that I can wear to work. And then, you know, when I want to jump out of the neutral zone and play with some color, this palette will do that as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to catch the other eye up, and then we're going to finish off the video together. So I will be right back. Okay, we are back with the finished look. I want to just mention that after I did my concealer, I did pop on this darker color Dusk, the darkest color in the palette, and then mixed it with the Violet Skies. I couldn't help it, and just popped that on the bottom lash line. And I did pop on some lashes as well for the final look. I don't normally do lashes for work, but I just kind of figured, why not? I was loving the look. I was feeling it. Now, final thoughts on the box. The retail value of this box was $160.99. For $25 a month, you're able to customize one of the items in the box. Of course, not with the PR box, but as a paying customer on my paid boxes, I get to customize one. I have yet to be disappointed to the point where I would not do that anymore. I mean, it's such a value. You get the drop shop, the mega drop shop, which, by the way, opens tomorrow, and your girl is ready. Honestly, I love it. I love the box. I love everything in it. Of course, when it comes to the makeup cleaner stuff, not the most exciting thing to get in a subscription box, but nevertheless, a well thought out box because we got brushes in it. And as unfun and exciting as it might be, cleaning your brushes is an important part of keeping the longevity of them. And Luxie is a nice, well-known quality brush. So I think it's a well thought out box. And I'm not mad at it. Excuse me. I am not mad at it. I love my BoxyCharms. So stay tuned for my paid for box and my premium box. And I will be having lots of mega drop shop unboxings once those orders come in. And until next time, guys, stay safe, stay beautiful, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye.